How are you guys doing today? It's been a very long time that I haven't done a video. I want to make this video kind of like a miscellaneous type of video. I have a video that I started doing a couple months ago about this Garmin. It's the Garmin XT. But I noticed I didn't have any introduction. I just have kind of pieces and parts of where I was doing the installation. So I'm gonna put a link on two videos that I think is gonna be very helpful when it comes for going a little more detail on explaining on the Garmin, and then the other one kind of show you how to use the software Basecamp to create your own routes through the Garmin GPS. I had used it already a couple times. First time I used it was my day trip that I did to Arkansas. I did it, everything, planned it with the Garmin Basecamp, all my waypoint and everything, and it worked perfectly. The second time I used it, which I didn't use it on the motorcycle, but I used it when I flew to Boston, Massachusetts to pick up a new pickup truck that I purchased, and I used the Garmin, and it really helped a lot, because if I would have taken your typical route, let the GPS do it, it would have brought me through I-95 down to Memphis, which it would be the worst thing, because I-95 would take it straight through New York City. With the Garmin XT, I was able to use the software from Garmin, the Basecamp, and I was able to use my own route, so kind of avoiding the main highways and going through more inland of coming from Boston, Massachusetts all the way to Mississippi outside of Memphis. Another thing that I want to do, I want to give a shout out. This is how late it's been. I got this from ChopperFett. He sent me this back in May. This is August, but I just haven't had the time to do any videos. So he sent me a sticker. Sent me his sticker right here, right there, and his pocket chip. So I got two stickers from him, from ChopperFett. He sends me this letter, says, "Thanks for the swap. Hope that you and your family remains well. Have a safe journey." That's from ChopperFett. I'm sorry for the delay. I've been, like I said, I don't think it was the last time I made a video, you know, and do a mail call. If you guys want to swap pocket chips, you know, or stickers, hit me up on the description. I'll probably, you know, we're in August, so this would be the time to get your pocket chip for Christmas time. That's how I take my time to send people's pocket chips. So if you send me a request to do a swap or a pocket chip or stickers, you probably will get it by Christmas time. All right, so let's get to the Garmin. Yeah, this Garmin is really good Garmin. I did the installation on the bike on my Harley. It comes with its own mount and is waterproof. I'm gonna say this Garmin is way better than the 595, the Zumo 595. This is the Zumo XT. This is the, if I'm not mistaken, this is the latest version. If you could see here, the screen is very intuitive and it's very friendly. It's kind of like if you're touching an iPhone. You know, that's how intuitive, you know. I'm gonna go too much in detail, because this other link, this other channel that I get, I think his name is CruisemansGarage. Is a Goldwing rider. He has a very good tutorial and a good explanation with the Garmin XT. I'm gonna put a link on his video. That way he explained it better. He will be able to explain it better than me. And I'm gonna put a link of another channel that explains how to use the Garmin Basecamp. But if you are into planning your own route and having more control of which route to take, especially if you're going to do scenery route, I highly recommend this Garmin XT. You know, it's one of the best things that I bought. You know, this is probably will be like my 4th or 5th Garmin that I bought, but this is my very first motorcycle Garmin that I buy. Like I say, I tried the 595. I had it for a day. When I find out about the XT, I send it back. So highly recommend it. So no more talking. I'm gonna go to the video about how I did my installation in the Harley. That'll be all for now, guys. So until next time, we'll see when I'm gonna do our next video. Hopefully I'm gonna be doing a ride to the Smokies for the month of October. That's what I'm planning to do, a ride to the Smokies. So it's just been kind of busy, I haven't had time to do any videos. So I'll see you guys on the next time, and you can watch the rest of the installation that I did on my Garmin.
Many months later.
Okay, I was able to took off the back seat, took off the main tank. Main tank has 2 bolts here, 2 in the front. Your fuel line, which is a quick disconnect. You have this line, it's a drain line, and you have another line that goes in here to the side, and this will come, and that's where the main harness is gonna go. I was able to get this loose just to bring the harness through here, through this area. So you just gotta work out and feed the harness through here to the fork and get it on the front. Once you do that, you gotta do it from the end going up, because you won't be able to do it downstream because of this. So once you do that, the rest is a piece of cake, just securing it. Okay, the Garmin brings this bracket. It's kind of similar to this right here. I already had that bracket installed on my motorcycle because I use a lot of the RAM accessories, but the kit of the Garmin GPS, it brings this adapter, this adjustable thing, with the adapter for Harleys. I think for going you have to buy a separate accessories. The other thing is that you have to do is you have to bring this harness, this little connector, into this bracket. Okay, once you have the harness the harness is not secure. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to run this the connector through this bracket through here, trying to see so it will stay on the screen. I'm using my phone to record. So you push this, there's gonna be a little hole there right here. Let's see if I can see. And the kit brings this, it's a tiny little screw bolt, and it brings this tiny, it's like ignition screwdriver, I don't know how you call them. So I'm gonna try to make it through this little hole, connect, try to put a screw through that little hole. It's so tiny that if you have fat fingers, it may be a little pain in the ass, I would think. The kit brings, from what I see, I only see one. So Garmin put an external one, an extra one. So that's right there. Okay, the next steps is mounting this into this. I got the bolt with the washer right here, the bolt with the washer. That one comes with the pin tar. Well, before I forget, I got I don't know if you want to call it a grommet, plastic grommet, and the plastic grommet goes, the flat part goes on the back. So push it in, got the bracket, bring the bolt with the washers, then you get the screw screws, whatever nuts you want to call them. These nuts. Got the nuts, the bolts. So right there. Do all four. Then I'll be able to mount it in here. And after that, it's just a matter of securing the harness. So that's where I'm gonna have to decide how I'm gonna secure my harness. So, but you guys get the idea. You know, what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to give some what we call navigation, a service loop on the harness. What I'm trying to say with the service loop with the harness is when you're running the harness, it gives to give the harness enough slack, like a loop, like a small loop. That way, it won't. You can move it, and you know you can move this depending on your preferable position. So you have always what we call a service loop on the harness. So we'll see. Okay, I got all the wire run through the middle. I terminated the terminals that goes to the battery. I put everything back, as you can see. So it goes around here, harness. I was gonna try to run it through this protector, but I was having a hard time. This thing keeps turning and turning, so I didn't want to deal with it. So I run it over. But I mean, if your bike doesn't have that problem, you know, might as well run it under this thing. But mine was spinning, so I didn't want to deal with it. So the harness goes right here, a tie wrap, and tie wrap at the end. And if you can see, I already secured this panel right here with the screws right here. So run it through there, it turns, and it goes through here, comes out. I got the GPS. So at this point, it's just a matter of putting the tank back, connecting the tank, the back seat, and I should be done. And we're gonna crank the after that, I'm gonna turn on the GPS. I was gonna bring out, usually when I take the fuel tank, this will be probably my third time that I take the fuel tank, but usually when I take the fuel tank out, one thing I do a visual inspection under the tank to see if I see any, you know, any weird things, you know, like harness chafing, stuff like that. And one of the thing is I was gonna bring out, if you have an ultra limited with the water cooling system, look what I found. You see, this is part of the water that goes to the heads right here. And if you look at here, see here, look at this harness. I mean, I don't know what harness is this for, but can you see here? See, heat right there where the harness is here. What I'm gonna do is I have some leftover blanket insulator, the high temp, and I'm gonna put it around here, see if I can do it. But if you have obviously this is a 2015, so if you have a 2014 to a 2017 with water cooling system, I suggest you to do a visual inspection here. The other thing also will apply is the one of the forward spark plug cable right here. If you look at here, always I highly suggest to do an inspection to the harness, to the igniter plug harness. Somehow it's shaved with the tank in this part. A while back I put a silicone tape in here as a protector, and if you could see, still shaving. So that's one of the things I suggest you, if you have a 2014 to a 2017 touring bike, double check, inspect under the tank the forward spark plug. So far I haven't found anything out of the usual, as a term wear, usually like vibration, chafing cable. So it's always good, if you have the chance to take off the tank, just do a visual, might as well, you got the tank out, just do a visual, see how the harness is doing when it comes for a vibration. Okay, this is what I did. I put this insulator. This is a high temp insulator that I have left over when I did my when I changed my water pump, and I wrapped it around the water hose. So this is an insulator, high temperature insulator. So I wrapped around the hose, so it's leaning against the harness. So that's kind of my fix right there.